Everyone has made their creepypastas about Wreck-It Ralph, but none of them are accurate. Fake things, fake lies, everything. But I officially have the real creepypasta on Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph was born in 1984, because that's when he was born, duh. And he also married his girlfriend. I forgot her name, but that's her right there, on top of his shoulder. But little did she know that Wreck-It Ralph also married that guy who has the hairy chest. And that guy married that fat rhino while Wreck-It Ralph was marrying him. And that fat rhino was marrying that weird thing right there, while that weird thing right there was marrying that guy. And while that guy was marrying Sonic, while Sonic was marrying that guy, while that guy was marrying that guy, while that guy was marrying Gaia. And no one knows the correct order but me. And if you look at the left right here where it says, I don't know what it says, but it's, if you translate this, it's translated in China, and it says, I'm going to get you when the movie's over. Yeah, it says that. And look at his eyes. Don't you think that's a little suspicious? In a children's movie, his eyes just freakily watching you. Then look at all those that girl's giant eyes. It's weird. And look at his giant toe. It's creepy. Well, you see, all of this is very, very, very true. And it's all completely true. Now I'm going to tell you the creepypasta part. So, here's the deal. As you can see, Wreck-It Ralph has recently been smoking crack. Look at his eyeballs, obviously. And look at his hair pointing up. And he also has been using steroids. Because look at his big, giant, fat body. It's crazy, right? Look at that. Giant fists, giant arms, crazy. So that's pretty creepy if you ask me. I wonder what he's been killing with those big, giant arms. Now, that girl up there, guess what she did? She was watching him while he was pooping. As you can see, he was pooping recently. As you can see, his button is not zipped up. And as you can see, she's on top of his shoulder. And that means she was on his shoulder right when he was done. Right when he was pooping. So that means she was watching him pooping. That's pretty creepy if you ask me too. And remember how this is a children's movie? Then why is there a guy with a hairy chest? Like, he's even confused about it. And why is Sonic in this movie? Honestly. Come on. I don't even think Sonic was Nintendo, or was it? Wreck-It Ralph? Was Wreck-It Ralph Nintendo? Was Pac-Man Nintendo? I don't think it was. So what is that doing in the movie? That's weird. And why is the girl from Glee on there? It's pretty suspicious. And look at that fat rhino. He's not even in the movie. Like, why is he in the main picture of it? And Pac-Man, he was in it. Wasn't it a different color of Pac-Man, though? And that guy, look at that hammer. Was that the hammer he used to kill somebody last night? All these questions will be answered in this video of Wreck-It Ralph's creepypasta. This is the truth. And you will enjoy the truth. I will BRB. Okay, last night I was at Wreck-It Ralph's house, and I snapped this picture of him. This was his face right before he killed this thing. This thing is a good guy. Oh my gosh, why did he kill it? It was innocent. My gosh. See how brutal Wreck-It Ralph is? So Wreck-It Ralph is charged with murder. We'll see what he's charged with next. This is Wreck-It Ralph's driving ID. Look at that. That is pretty accurate to Wreck-It Ralph's face. But I don't know how he has a driving idea. He's too big to drive a car. Like, come on. Look at that. Look. It's crazy. Okay. So we know he illegally gotten his driver's license. He faked it. Let's see what he does next. Now look at this. I just snapped this picture 2 days ago at Shrek's press conference. Shrek was just making a press conference for his new movie, Shrek, The Untold Fairy Tale. Now, if you see this, right in the middle of Shrek's press conference, Wreck-It Ralph came up, punched Shrek in the face, and pointed the middle finger up at him. I didn't get the middle finger part right, because I took the picture too early. But I did get the Wreck-It Ralph killing Shrek part. He didn't kill Shrek, but he almost did. This is Shrek's reaction after. Look how angry Shrek is. And then the next night after that, which was later that night, Shrek got into his secret evil lair and started fighting to get revenge on him. Then, later that night, when Shrek went to go get revenge on him, look at this. Shrek pretended to be on Wreck-It Ralph's side, and then took selfies with him. Look at this. And guess what happened? Wreck-It Ralph knew what was up. Look at those diabolical eyes. Look how evil they are. Look at Wreck-It Ralph's eyes. He knew what was going on, and he knew what Shrek was doing. Shrek just wanted to get revenge. He wasn't really doing anything wrong. Wreck-It Ralph was the bad one. Later, right after Wreck-It Ralph killed Shrek that night, guess what happened? He summoned Shrek back from the dead and made him his minion. And guess what Shrek did to Elsa? You don't want to know. I'll be on next for the next creepypasta. But first, let's recap. So, first, he gets charged for murder. Then, he fakes his driving test. Then, he kills Shrek, or fights Shrek. Then, he pretends to be on Shrek's side. And then he kills Shrek. And then, he summons Shrek back from the dead as a minion to do stuff to Elsa. I wonder what's next. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I just pulled this image off the internet. Shrek is handing cherry bombs to these homeless creatures. How dare he? And look at Shrek with this baby. Look how evil Shrek is. Shrek's just horrible. And then guess what Shrek did to his movie? He turned it to real life. He turned that little girl into real. Oh my gosh. What is Shrek doing? And look at all these other things Shrek did. So many bad things. And look, here's the press conference to get Shrek back together again. Didn't go too well. He murdered every single one of those guys when the press conference was over. It wasn't really a press conference. It was a gathering to get Wreck-It Ralph back to home. But the bad thing was, Wreck-It Ralph did change, but Shrek didn't. See, these are all my images of Shrek before the fight. Now if you scroll down lower, look at this. See, Wreck-It Ralph turned into Shrek so he could disguise as Shrek so nobody thought he did anything bad when the press conference was over. And Shrek just told this kid he was gonna eat it. His name was Puss in Boots. He told Puss in Boots that he was gonna eat the kitten, and the kitten pleaded for help, but Shrek said, "No, I'm going to eat you." And he ate him, with the blood dripping down of his chin. Horrible. Horrible. And then Wreck-It Ralph / Shrek turned to a shape-shifting person, and he turned into a long-headed weird thing. And then Shrek bought weapons, and then Shrek made his head longer, and then Shrek just did weird stuff, and all of this bad stuff, more and more, and he turned into this at the ending. And then finally, at the very end, Shrek turned into this. But Shrek / Wreck-It Ralph did not like this form. So at the ending, which was 2 minutes ago, Shrek did this. He turned back to Wreck-It Ralph. And this is what happened. He joined back together in his group, reformed them all back together, and this time, he was even eviler than before. Thanks for watching my creepypasta, Wreck-It Ralph. If I got Shrek and Wreck-It Ralph mixed up a few times, don't worry. I just do that a little. Thanks for watching, guys. If you believe this video, a subscribe, a like, and a comment in the description would be good. Yeah. And I'm sorry if you guys actually believe this crap, because if you did, honestly, I'm sorry. That's retarded. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's it. Peace. Rawr.